We often believe that to love means to hold on. That love must mean attachment, that two people must belong to each other forever. But the Stoics teach something quite different. They believe love is freedom, not possession. And in today's video, I want to share with you a perspective that's both rare and life-changing. How to love deeply without losing yourself. Welcome back to The Calm Within, where we explore the art of inner stillness in a world that rarely slows down. 1. Why attachment causes suffering. Here's a truth most people don't realize. Love itself doesn't break your heart. Attachment does. Many people love not just to love. They love to feel safe. They love to fill the emptiness inside. They love so that someone else will take responsibility for their happiness. And when that person becomes the only source of joy, they begin to fear. Fear of losing them. Fear of being left behind. Fear that they'll change. Fear that things won't stay the same. And from that fear comes a spiral of behaviors. Trying to control the other person. Trying to predict their mood. Changing yourself just to please them. And in the process, forgetting who you are. You think you're loving, but in truth, you're just gripping tightly, afraid to lose. You think you're caring, but often, it's just fear, disguised as love. The Stoics understand. It's not love that brings suffering. It's when you place your happiness inside someone else. When you hand over the key to your emotions, you also give away control of your inner life. Epictetus, real love comes with inner freedom. No grasping, no controlling, no conditions. But when you cling too tightly, love stops being a gift. It becomes a burden. You feel the need to protect it, preserve it, fear its loss. A cold glance makes you spiral. A late reply makes you panic. A vague message ruins your night. And just like that, you're no longer yourself in the relationship. You become someone who lives only to hold on to love at any cost. The Stoics don't ask you to stop loving. They just remind you. Love without losing yourself. Give, but keep your inner freedom. Commit, but don't become dependent. Because peace doesn't come from controlling others. It comes from letting go of the need to. 2. How the Stoics love. The Stoics don't reject love. They don't deny emotion. They don't tell you to shut your heart and avoid getting hurt. On the contrary, they love mindfully, with depth, with responsibility, but also with freedom. They understand a simple yet powerful truth. No one belongs to us forever. No feeling is permanent. No heart can be controlled. They don't love to possess. They don't love for guarantees. They don't need promises of forever to believe a love is real. They love with full awareness that it may end. And because of that, they cherish every moment together more deeply. They love without force. They care without clutching. They walk beside someone while staying rooted in themselves. They don't turn love into a place of control. They turn it into a space where both people can grow. Epictetus once said, "Do not say of a person, 'She is mine.' Say rather, 'She is with me now, but she is not my possession.'" At first glance, this may seem cold, but in truth, it reflects the purest form of love. A love that is not bound by fear, demand, or ownership. Why can they love like this? Because the Stoics are clear about one thing. The only thing you truly own is yourself. Everything else, even the person you love, is a gift from life, offered only for a time. And because they don't demand that the gift stays forever, they're able to love fully in the present, without rushing, without claiming, without controlling. Part 1. For the Stoics, love means Freedom, not confinement. Growth, not dependency. Appreciation, not demand. And most importantly, love never comes at the cost of losing themselves. They remain grounded, they remain steady, and they remain full of love without losing their center. 3. What does it mean to love without attachment? To love without attachment might sound cold at first, but in truth, it is one of the most mature, liberating ways to love. A love that doesn't place pressure on the other person. A love that doesn't turn emotions into chains. To love without attachment is when you love someone deeply, but don't see them as the only source of your happiness. You walk beside them, but don't place the burden of your expectations on their shoulders. You care from the heart, but you don't shatter if one day they choose to leave, because you understand love is part of life, but it's not the whole of your life. Epictetus once wrote, "Hold the ones you love as you would a delicate ceramic, but always remember, it can break." That may sound unsettling, but if you look deeper, you'll see it's the most peaceful way to love. To love without attachment means you love freely without fear. You love in the present, not clinging to promises of the future. You love with gratitude, not possession, because you understand nothing lasts forever. And that's why every shared moment is so precious. If one day they walk away, you'll still feel sadness, but not collapse. You'll still feel the loss, but won't lose yourself, because you loved like a Stoic. The Stoics never denied love. They simply refused to let love cloud their clarity. They didn't avoid emotions, but they never let emotions control their life. They loved and remained free. They hurt but didn't fall into despair. They lost, but never lost themselves. 4. Love is presence, not control. To love doesn't mean to hold tight. To love doesn't mean making someone stay. In the Stoic view, to love is to be present, not to control. It means being there when they need you, not because you have to, but because you choose to, with sincerity, listening when they're in pain, not to fix them, not to change them, but to simply hold space, calmly and compassionately, walking beside them without dragging them where you want to go. You walk together, but let them take their own steps. The Stoic does not say, "You must be this," or "You must do that." They don't turn love into a checklist of expectations. They understand each person is a world of their own. You can't control their moods, their decisions, their path, and the more you try, the more you lose your own peace. Real love is when you don't need jealousy to feel secure. You don't need control to feel safe. You don't turn your relationship into a contract full of musts and must-nots, because you know, if someone stays, it's because they choose to. And if they leave, let them. As Epictetus said, if someone leaves, let them go. It's not a loss, it's freedom from what doesn't belong to you. The Stoic loves with deep respect for freedom, both theirs and the others. They don't turn love into possession. They don't cling out of fear. They don't manipulate with emotion, because they understand true love doesn't bind, it uplifts. It doesn't try to change the other, it encourages growth. It doesn't shrink your world, it helps you expand both in love and within yourself. In that kind of love, you don't just learn how to love another person, you learn how to love yourself with maturity, clarity, and grace. Final thoughts from the calm within. You can love without losing yourself. You can give without needing control. You can connect deeply while still guarding the calm center within. That's how the Stoics loved, with their whole hearts, but with a steady and grounded mind. If this video resonated with you, please take a moment to like, subscribe to The Calm Within, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for staying until the end. See you again soon on the journey of learning how to love more freely and live more peacefully each day.